How exciting is today for us to come together in the frequency of aloha. Let us just breathe in the love. Love heals. So I want to ask a few questions here. I want to know what's holding you back. What do you want to heal? Because love heals. We've all heard it that love is the answer. However, we've got to get really clear about what we're asking for. So please put in the chat, what do you want prayers for? What do you want a healing? Is it relationship issues? Is it financial issues? Is it self-love? Are they health issues? So when we are clear about what we want to let go of and what we want to grow into, that gives us our greatest possibility. How many people want to get rid of mental garbage? What else do we want to get rid of? Having too much of it. Any mental garbage is too much mental garbage. So I want to just review what we shared last time, and this time I want to go experiential. So when we connected before, we're bringing in ancient mana'o, ancient wisdom, and modern technology. We're bringing it together for the fast lane, for healing. And I talked about that in ancient Hawaii, we call it a sacred bowl of light, and that everyone is born with this sacred bowl of light. And we're already connected to the heavens. We're already connected to the earth, and we're connected to all life and all relations. We are one energetically. So frequency, energy, and vibration, we are connected. What we haven't known is that the universe or creation or God, divinity, actually, because of free will, it's taking orders from us. And so our every thought is impregnating the universe, giving instructions to the universe. Every feeling, every story we tell, false stories, true stories, every narrative that we think is being impregnated into the universe. And it is never forgotten. And it is never overlooked. So the way we see, the way we perceive, the way we project, the way we tell the story is being received by the universe. Every spoken word and every performed action. And that's how we are navigating our canoe, our boat in this universe. And we're learning that there is a matrix. We spoke about this before. Please go and review because I went through slowly and detail, because we want to begin to learn how not to navigate with our intellectual mind. We want to bring down, we want to become coherent. We want our mind and our heart connected together. And that's what aloha is. Aloha is the coherence of the mind and the heart with divinity. So then we can begin to realize our connection with the infinite intelligence of this universe. And we can be guided to great things beyond our own thinking. So it's really exciting to have this information. And in ancient times, we were taught that people all over the world, from Russia, from Vietnam, from the United States, from Japan, people all over the world, we're all human beings. We're all walking up the same mountain of life. And there's really only one goal, and this is worth the goal. Our kuleana is to take great care of our mana, our energy, our frequency. That's why the frequency of aloha is king. When we take care of our ball of light, that is how we successfully navigate up the mountain, and we learn from any challenges along the way. When we're doing that, we give up victim consciousness, which was never true in the first place. We were never victims. This is a hologram. And I've always taught my children that we laughed at the people in the past that thought the world was flat. And we think the world is round. And I actually said 100 years from now, they'll laugh at us for thinking the world is round, because it is a hologram. Well, I didn't have to wait 100 years. Everyone is now talking about the matrix and that we're in this hologram. And of course, ancient texts have always told us that we are in the play of consciousness, that it all begins with us, with our thoughts. And that's why I take you to the top of the mountain. We can read books, and that is a definite level, but experiential wisdom, applied knowledge is the highest. So rather than reading 15 books, let's master this moment. Let's get good at mastering this moment. And we can do that by just standing on 5 truths that you believe in and aligning with what you believe in. And I will, anyone interested in my free ebook about the subtle sacred secrets of aloha, goes into detail about that. So at the end, we will give my website, which is thesacredhawaiianway.com. And I also have Change Your Frequency, Change Your Life.com. And in the middle, there is a hyphen, but my assistant will definitely make those available to you as well. So mental garbage, what else are we getting rid of? And this is not just for you. If you have any loved one that needs frequencies, needs prayer, please put their name into the chat and they can be a part of what we're going to do this Ho'oponopono process. But definitely go within, and any ways of seeing that have held you back, and we will also include those subconscious ones. Fears about the unknown and trusting you're in the right place, trusting the process of life. Okay. Anyone else out there that has a fear of what's around the corner, especially with how society is right now? There are a lot of things that we could be fearful about, or that we could judge, be angry about, and trusting the process. So my 12-week manual addresses those things that I had to learn to address for myself as I walked up the mountain of life. And I met so many obstacles in all areas, health area, relationship area, financial area. I know I'm missing another one. So many challenges, to the point that as I stood and began to stand on the truth that I believe in, that my mentors taught me, the fear of the unknown dissolved into its native nothingness, an absolute stalagmite power of trusting this process. Because when you clean your bowl of light and you get to reveal who you really are, you know that you're in divine courtship with the divine. You know that there is this power in the universe and that you are one with it and cannot be separated from it. You know. So this is a little different than belief. When we know that this universe is for us and can never be against us. And those are the pieces that we want to put in place in our medicine bag to stand on when we get tested. And we do get tested. So what I mentioned before is that our broken society has conditioned us in the laws of the land. And that stability, which we do not have. There's so many uncertain things that are happening around. And so what we're being asked to do in this moment is to let go of the laws of the land and embrace the laws of the ocean, which are fluid. And that's why we want to turn within to an amazing discovery of your own inner greatness. And that's what the Christ was wanting us to learn, is that the laws are not in stone, they are fluid. And so what might be right in this moment in another situation, it might not be right. And that's why we can't just take a pill that they're shelling out by the hundreds, because what pill might work for one may not work for the other. And that's why the first healing power is love. And right next to that and included in that is relationship. And this is why businesses like Tony Robbins, they always go and get a mentor that's already done it, because that can make their striving more efficiently. They don't have to make the same mistakes. They can learn from their mentor, and therefore they can achieve things at a greater pace. So right now, coaches are very important, and a coach that is walking their walk is, I remember when Gandhi, the mother came to Gandhi and said, please, can you tell my child not to eat sugar? And Gandhi says, yes, come back tomorrow and I will speak with your child. And the next day she brought her child, and Gandhi instructed for the child not to eat sugar. And then the mother was, well, why couldn't you have told them that yesterday? And Gandhi said, because I had to first stop eating sugar. Now, this is a powerful teaching, because it's not really in the intellectual, it's in the mana, it's in the shakti, it's in the chi, it is in the vibrational frequency. And so, because he wasn't aligned, he could say those words, but they would not have had the same effect. However, when he came into authentic alignment with truth, then he can speak healing powers, that just that instruction from one resonating in that reality is already way beyond the mind, giving the child the ability to stop eating sugar. So that's how the quantum works. So what else are we going to work with? We're going to work with fears of the unknown, trusting the process, mental garbage. Let's talk a little bit more about mental garbage is. And in the work that I do, this is a really important piece. What warriors, ancient Hawaiian warriors, understood is that if a child had a tendency for anger, they would not bring them in to teach them the ways. Also, they knew that the mind is your first and greatest weapon, and that it must be polished. You must polish your mind, because this consciousness, it is giving you feedback on your whole reality of life. And so if it has impurities in it, then, as the Christ says, you see through the glass darkly. And so number one is connecting to the heavens. Number two is cleaning, taking back your way of thinking, your way of seeing. And that's where we want, before we are judging what we think we're looking at, let's clean our vision, because where there is no vision, the people perish. And when we can keep our eyes single, the whole body is filled with light. And that's what, so this whole game is frequency. So let's talk about mental garbage. There are only two thoughts, an aloha thought and a ha'ole without the pono thought, okay? An aloha thought is radiant. And so we want to fill our bowls of light with radiant thoughts. And we want to let go of contracted thoughts, pono ole, without the pono. Pono, that's life sustaining. And so we have thought that our thoughts are just telling us what's true. However, when we begin to stand as vibration beings, we want to align with the frequencies of love, the frequencies of radiant, the frequencies of blessings. And we want to let go of a judgmental thought, irritation, agitation, frustration, anger, hurt. All of those are contracted thoughts. And so in the work that I do, I have you go and list those contracted thoughts that we want to clean out of our bowls of light. Let's see. Okay, yes, put your family members into the chat, and we will offer blessings. So some say aloha means love. It can also mean hello or goodbye. Aloha also means living in the presence of the divine, living in the presence of your breath. So let's see, I want to play some music, but I want to be able. Okay, so we got some feedback here about the Akashic intelligence, and our purpose is to remember we are servants of the Lord. Okay, so that is exactly what I was saying. I may have used different words. There is only oneness, and we are here to align with love. God is love. Okay, so last time I spoke that people have different understandings, and they actually have different purposes in this lifetime. We are all on different levels, from kindergarten level to elementary school level to junior high to junior college to professional school. And so rather than to say this is right and this is wrong, that is true for you for now. And there's always more. And then as we go up the mountain, when we go up the mountain, over here, we may just see lava rocks. And so we might say lava rocks are what's true. And then as we go around the mountain, we may see the ocean. But over here, we couldn't see the ocean. And so we want to be loving, that we work on ourselves and we allow other people to work on themselves as well. And so we want to quiet the mind that says, I am right and you are wrong. And we can say that is true for you for now. We're all in our own experience of life. And so when you hear something that you may not agree completely with, rather than to say, well, that's wrong, okay, you might want to learn to have a contemplative mind. And I spoke about this, where we witness, we listen, we zip the lip about what we think at that time from where we are on the mountain, and we feel inside how we feel. And then we ask the Lord, we ask the divine, we ask, what am I to learn from this? And that's how we can expand into greater love. That's how we can grow. That's how we move up the mountain. And so we can allow people to be wherever they are, and we can bless them. And this is where Ho'oponopono comes in. So instead of jumping to a judgment that they are doing it wrong, because I spoke about this last time as well, there are 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1, what you know, you know. Quadrant 2, what you know, you don't know. But then there's quadrant 3, what you don't know, you don't know. And then there's quadrant 4, what you don't know, that you do know. And so we want to be with whatever is in our present moment, and we want to contemplate. We want to be able to learn why we're looking at that. And that way we can grow into the greater. So the frequency of aloha. I will still do the blessing with you guys, but it'll be without the music until next time. So love heals, the frequency of aloha. And I am Kāhealani Satchtananda. And I really am excited about joining She Life because it's all about frequencies. So I wanted to ask you, which devices do you have? You can take the time right now to actually put on your devices that we have. So I have spoken about how important it is that we take charge of our minds and of our thoughts. And one of the easiest ways to do that is, first of all, to have a quantum protocol on what to do. So, as you've said, you have some mental garbage, you know that is interfering with your bliss, with your joy. We have our family members that we are worried about. So every day, something is going to happen, not the way you want it to happen. Is that true for you? It's definitely true for me. Every single day, something happens not the way I want it to happen. And that is going to happen, honestly, for the rest of your life. Okay. So when something goes wrong, we don't want to go with it. And so there are ways to establish the coherence of all that you are in frequency so that you know how not to judge it, how not to fear it, how not to resist it. Because what we know is that what you resist persists. So in the very act of judging something, we have already ordered another great experience to experience that same thing until we learn the lesson. Okay. So when we want to really get smart, we want to stick with love. We want to stick with living in the presence. And so how would you think if you really understood that you were living in the presence? Some want to say the Lord, some want to say God, some want to say divinity. Whenever I'm speaking, just use the words that you love so that you can really discern the message. So you had me at Aloha. So right here is a beautiful picture. I love to work with pictures because a picture is always worth 1,000 words. And so this picture is a tutorial understanding of these teachings that I want you to experience in this life. So what do you see here? Put it in the chat. What do you see? You see a beautiful woman that is aligned with divine grace and is making an offering, is giving, and she's radiating her beauty. And she is connected to divinity, and all she has to give is aloha. My grandmother taught me never let life take away your aloha. Okay. In the left-hand corner, it says Malama ko aloha. Keep your love. And this was a famous chant done by a chiefess who was in battle, and her lover, her loved one, her husband died in that battle. And she went into battle and gave her life as well. And her last words were Malama ko aloha, to keep your love no matter what. And this is a teaching that I have put in my medicine bag. Malama ko aloha. So Lori Higgins is the artist of this amazing painting that I've just been drawn to. And she has given me permission to do my subtle sacred secrets of aloha, the sacred Hawaiian way, all of what I share using her painting, because it is what I'm sharing in picture form. So please go to her website. We'll have it posted, lorihiggins.com. And thank her for allowing us to use this. What I see in this picture as well is be in the world, but not of the world. And there again is that temptation to find fault. We call it ho'ohalahala, finding fault with fault. And the ego mind feels secure in finding fault, not realizing that energetically it's hurting its own self. It's hurting you when we choose to have egoic kinds of thoughts. So let's just be in the presence of Aloha. And I think it's called the spirit of Aloha. And then let's see that this universe that is this light behind her is the universe is asking, show me your new vibration, and I will show you miracles. And that is incredibly true. It is true. As we know, seek ye first the kingdom and its righteousness, which is love. It's givingness. Seek ye first the kingdom, and everything else shall be added unto you, because you're in the frequency of love, the frequency of aloha. And that, according to the quantum, magnetizes the likeness. It magnetizes every great being, every angel, the Christ to walk next to you, guiding you when you are faithful to the frequency of love. So here, I want you to know that the more you commit to walking in alignment with love, then signs show up everywhere. Everywhere. Signs show up. And it's angels saying, yes, this is the way. Keep going in that direction. And so we were involved. We lived in Lahaina, Hawaii, and we were there for the Lahaina fires. And I was actually teaching my course online using Laurie Higgins' epitome of the spirit of aloha. And it was nothing but a spiritual experience for those that are in alignment, those that learn, obey the laws of the ocean of grace. And so you always will know what to do and when to do it. And there's no resistance anywhere. There's just divine guidance and divine right action and divine protection and divine love. This is what I want to inspire within you to try. And I'm going to give you a 7-day challenge. Okay. This is an auspicious sign. There in Lahaina was an art gallery that carried Laurie Higgins' work. It carried her paintings, and it carried this most amazing sculpture of the spirit of aloha. And when all was said and done, and the fires and the smoldering were out, guess what was the only thing left standing? The spirit of aloha. And so whereas I've loved the one in color, I love the one who is scorched and maintains the truth, maintains, keeping your eyes single, because when your eye is single, your whole body is filled with light. That was just such an amazing sign from the divine. Let's see. Yay, in meditation, absolutely keep your love. So please put that in your medicine bag. And that's when I was learning, I took notes every Sunday, every Wednesday, all through church. I took notes. I wanted to get this. And of course, we know we'll be tested. So you leave church, it's been wonderful, and you drive out in LA traffic and somebody cuts you off. Or here in Hawaii, a tourist walks across the street and doesn't even say shaka, doesn't even give you a shaka. Okay, so the mind can want to judge what you're looking at. And that's when, okay, I got discipline here. Oops, okay, that came up. Let me let go. Let me choose my mana, choose. Let me keep my aloha. Because then, every time you do this, you love yourself more. You have more self-caring, self-respect. This is where you build worthiness. You build this authentic integrity that you are in alignment with your own beliefs. And you're going to stick in alignment with your own beliefs. Malama ko aloha. Your kuleana is to your bowl of light, not to giving opinions. And they can be right opinions. You can be right about whatever you're looking at, but it'll be the wrong vibration and frequency. So what is going to help you do this? This can look like a tall order. And it may be tall because you're going to be tested. Okay? You're going to be tested. However, we know that testing is just a part of the game, and we can start laughing in the face of danger. We can start seeing the test and start narrating about the test instead of whatever the not good thing was. You say, I know this is a test right now, and I'm not going for it. That's where we want to experience ourselves, especially in a world that is looking like it's looking. That is what the universe is asking of us. We've got to get strong, get pono, become authentic love, and shine that into the world. Yes. So I love the word devotion. And the male aspect of that is discipline. And so discipline, I wasn't running to. But when I re-qualified it as devotion, which is the divine feminine aspect of discipline, the devotion I run to. So it's all in the way we tell the story. And we're the ones telling the story. And that's when life gets so exciting. So I replaced the word discipline with devotion. Yes, I could be devoted. So let's see. It keeps you in grace. Now, we're always in grace. We are living in an ocean of grace. And when we make the choice, we are aware of the grace. So that is absolutely true. So let me go right over here. Oops, I skipped. Okay. So again, the inspiration, once you make a decision, when we commit to walk with the frequency of love, the whole universe conspires to make it happen. So Ho'oponopono set right all relations to the heavens, to the mind, to the heart, to the body, to the family. And this is what that bowl of light looks like. So as we're navigating up the mountain of life, negative things can happen. And when a negative thing happens, a stone, a lava rock, boom, goes into the bowl. And then something else happens, another stone, boom, goes into the bowl until you're walking up the mountain, and your bowl is getting heavier and heavier. Those lava rocks, those pohaku, those contracted hertz, they magnetize more. And so my tutu taught me that before the sun sets every day, you huli your bowl of light. You don't go examining, you don't look at it, if it's right or wrong. You see it's a pohaku, it's a contracted thought, and you give it to God. You huli it, you let it go, because you know who you are. And your goal is to keep your bowl of light in the highest frequency of love. And so, do you have any questions before we move into the process? And yes, turn on your chi coil devices, because we're going to create energy and mana and love. So let us just turn within. If you're at home, and I'm sorry I couldn't get the music, but play some soft flute music. If you can, use your coils. And the way to receive this transmission, because here I have the She Life aura, I have the big kahuna. So put your music on and let us just turn within in this moment and just do a quick assessment of your creation, of your life, and any hatreds, any hatreds, any irritations and agitations. Breathe in your nose. Exhale through your mouth. And I'm gathering the mana of the heavens and the mountains and the ocean, and inviting the angels and the guides and the ancestors to join us with this divine intention to heal through love. Breathe in your nose and exhale through your mouth. Breathe in your nose and exhale through your mouth. And let us, with our mind's eye, just see the most beautiful puka in the heavens, an opening where golden light is just descending on your head, and just allow it with your breath. Breathe in your nose and exhale through your mouth, and with your mind's eye, receive that divine light, that loving golden waterfall of light. Allow it through your pole, through your third eye and your throat chakra, and allow it to just pool abundantly, abundant, overflowing golden waterfall and light overflowing in your heart. Breathing in your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And let us anoint with this golden water the vi, the hava, the havai, the breath, the living consciousness of water and light. And let us allow it to caress every cell of your being from head to toe, unto your own self in the ocean of grace, divine love, the frequency of aloha. And we are establishing ourselves. We are washing our bowls of light of all hurt threads. And the ways that we do that are with love. And let us envision all hurt threads being dissolved into their native nothingness. Breathe in your nose and exhale through your mouth. This is how you receive this transmission of this frequency of love, this frequency of joy, this frequency of forgivingness. Breathe in your nose and exhale through your mouth. Breathing in your nose. Let us see our own innocent baby boy or baby girl, an image of yourself at such an innocent age, 2 through 5-ish. Let's invite that image into your heart, and let's bathe that baby boy and that baby girl with the frequency of love, with aloha, with the presence of the divine. God is love. And so I'm so grateful for this moment of the highest vision of Satchtananda, where the devoted meet their divine destiny. I'm so grateful to the love of God, the mercy of God, and the light of God that cannot fail. And I am knowing right here and right now that as we establish ourselves in the power of love, that we now bless anything that your eyes laid on, that you did not agree with, any judgments which you don't feel good about that's happening in society, anything that you feel is a contracted energy. Let us bathed right now in ice blue, ice blue, ice blue, ice blue, ice blue, ice blue. Let's bless it and give it to God. Let us bless it and give it to God. Breathe in your nose and exhale long, bringing your awareness back into the present moment. And if you like, give me one word. Gratitude. Yes, gratitude. We want to choose gratitude. We want to live in gratitude. It is one of the frequencies of Aloha. And it magnetizes everything good. Allow and trust. Yes, yes, yes. We can do that. Please sign up for my ebook. I will give you all of the steps to achieve this. So here's our challenge. You have a 7-day mental challenge. And that is to be mindful of your love, be mindful of your state. And what I mentioned before is number it on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being HELL and 10 being complete love. Just check inside, monitor your number, ask your heart. Don't think in your head. Ask your heart, what number are you? And if you are a 6 or less, do not believe your own thinking. So don't continue the mental exercise and analyze. No, understand it's not the frequency that we want to create from. Okay. And turn and bless. Turn and love. Get your chi coils and monitor your bowl of light. Stay in your state. We want to do everything from this highest frequency, and we can change the world. I have clients that were diagnosed with terminal diagnosis, and 10 years later, they're still thriving. Why does one person not make it and one person does? And this is the work. It's about the frequency, the vibration. It's your mana. Your mana attracts. And so we want to learn how to be mana full, how to create and lead with our Shakti, with our Chi. And so you want to monitor your state. We are changing the world. Yes, we're changing it right in this moment. And that's what's so exciting. And they've done scientific studies. People that get together and practice, they have coherence techniques. And that is great. And I think the world needs just a little, we need to be the coherence techniques. We need to be in it and of it, be in it and of it. We need to be doing it 24/7. And that's when the magic happens. You can live with nectar dripping on your heart in every moment, no matter what. That's what we're doing. And so please do this challenge. So there is a little book, it's called The 7-Day Mental Diet. And you're supposed to not think a negative thought for 7 days. And if you're on the 3rd day and you think one, you got to start over. And so I started practicing that in 1977. It's not the easiest thing to do. And honestly, that's why I created the 12 steps. It helps you get there, you see. So that is your charge. Monitor your state. Write a list of the critter thoughts that come up. See them. We don't want to judge them either. We're going to bless them, right? So we have to see them. That's the authenticity part. See who has been running your kingdom. And if you're in suffering, it wasn't you. So make a list, and also make a list of your word, the spoken word. And please, please, please do me a favor. If we really want to change the world, I was told, if I want to change the world, take my own anger off of the planet. And that's what I've been working with. And that's why I can promise you that this is good stuff. Okay. And it's a lot more fun. Okay. Not carrying all that garbage around. If we want to change the world, it is right here, right now. It's frequencies. And that's why I love the Chi coils, because they help us to shift those habits a lot easier than discipline. Okay. We still need the discipline that we now call devotion. And we can energetically restructure our nervous system to the sweeter frequencies of love. And when we do that, a whole nother reality shows up. If you have an elevator, you have a basement level, first, second, and you have the penthouse suite. What determines which elevator floor you're getting off on? This is how we begin to understand how we are in a play of consciousness. And it's your vibration, it's your state. Your state pushes an elevator button. And if you're in an angry, contracted state, you're getting off in the basement. And it has its own floor decorations of challenges that are at that vibration. And then there's the penthouse suite. And that's what we want to aim. So any moment you have an option of the realities that you are choosing. And so we want, when you monitor your state, you can choose the penthouse suite. And that's the abundant flow. That is all the right things happen. The other day I went to Starbucks and the girl put 6,000 gift points on my card. Okay. I just came out of Starbucks and I had 6,000 points. Who could ever? It's vibration, it's frequency. And you want to magnetize your heart's desire. So is it worth giving up your judgments to magnetize your heart's desires? Just like that? That's the frequency of love. And that's what we came here, to become love. I'll talk more about that. It's very deep to understand what our purpose of being given the gift of life. It was to learn, not to be right. And as we grow into greater love, we can push the penthouse suite button and we're in the zone. Who's with me? Okay, yes. So we are detoxifying our mind from the way we've been conditioned to think, and now through the reality shows and things they have conditioned us to growl at each other, even people you don't know. We want to get back to the basics. We want to make pono. And as each one of us is inspired to malama pono, to take care of righteousness, of love, that is what it is. As we take care of that, more people will, oh yeah, this is a lot more fun game. We can flow in abundance here. The subtle sacred secrets of aloha. So take my challenge. And please do like our channel and give me feedback, share a comment, and share this with others. We are going to the top. And so as many of us as we can grow as a conscious community, the sky is not the limit. Yes, I will get those links on for you. Let me just put them right here. So those are two on there on my service page. You can order the free ebook and the subtle sacred secrets of aloha, and send me a message. You're committing to the 7-day challenge. I want to see what things dissolve as we move forward here with Mahatma Gandhi's. And I want to send to you a photo of these sayings, because it's great to say these sayings energetically every day. So please repeat after me. I offer you love. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I offer you friendship. Whoops, I messed it up. Let's do it again. I offer you peace. I was offering love, right? I offer you peace. I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I offer you friendship. I hear your needs. I hear your needs. I see your beauty. I see your beauty. I feel your feelings. I feel your feelings. My wisdom flows from a higher source. My wisdom flows from a higher source. I salute that source in you. I salute that source in you. Let us work together. Let us work together. 7 days. Want to hear all about it? See you next week. Aloha.